Hello, this is Jared. I'm playing Oxygen Not Included and trying to work on getting all the achievements in this game. For the second episode in a row, I'm going to have to take a detour from working on that, and that's because I had a meltdown in my base that has oil biome. And I believe that how this occurred was a buildup of natural gas underneath it. So I think one of the tiles ultimately just gave way to too much natural gas that came from the oil well, and that essentially broke a vacuum that was protecting the rest of the base from this hot steam zone. So I'm going to have to do some repairs. So the first thing that I'm going to absolutely make sure is whoever's going to do these repairs is wearing an exosuit, because I've got about inside the steam is 125 degrees. Around it, it's up to about 70 degrees, maybe a little bit more, and that's going to continue to rise if I don't deal with this right away. So I'm going to get them in an exosuit. So I built an exosuit station above, so that they're already going to be coming down to this zone. I'm going to disable the one that's currently there and get them to fill in this zone as soon as possible. So I have my dupe going around creating some tiles around this thing, and when they're surrounded by two tiles like you see there, I'm going to have the dupe destroy them, creating a vacuum. Effectively, I want a vacuum surrounding the hot steam zone from the rest of the base, preventing any of the heat from escaping. There's a tiny little section there that I won't be able to do that because I've got some electrical tiles there. So I'm going to have a pump, and I'm going to change that pump to be a steel pump because I don't want it to overheat or break in an overheat situation. So I'm going to throw that in. And because I have a lot of high pressure gas, it's going to be difficult to vent it out. So I'm just going to build a gas reservoir and have it sent there. Just as a little bit of a side, I did consider the fact of going back about 4 or 5 cycles of one of my save points and just taking out some of that overpressured gas. That is one way I could have done it, but I would have lost some of the progress I made on the way, and I'm really not too concerned about being able to patch this up. So this fix may address the symptom, but it's not going to solve the problem. The problem is the excess amount of natural gas that is built up from the oil well. I want to continue to run that oil well, so I'm going to get more over time. So connecting pipe from down there to be able to pipe excessive amount of natural gas and just send it out. I'm not burning it as power because I want to get the super sustainable achievement. Here you can see the steel pump pumping out the last bit of the gas that's in there, and it's eventually going to create a vacuum. And we can destroy that tile at the very end, making sure not to forget that, do that, but I'm going to do it after a vacuum is created. After a little bit of time, the system cools the outside of the base and the hot temperature stays inside. So excellent. Everything is running again as normal. I can continue to bring out sulfur and oil. And I really hope in the next episode I'll be able to make progress on a new achievement, in which I hope to see you there. Till then.